Hi garden friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Era and this is Gardening on Purpose. It is December 31st, the last day of 2024, and guess what? Lowe's comes through again. Look at all these beautiful clearance plants. I've got plants in the back, I've got plants in the back seat, and I've got plants in the front seat. That's how serious this is. So let's check it out. All right, guys, so here they all are. Every last one I picked up today. I feel so lucky to be able to find all these plants on clearance. So let's just go through them individually. First up, we have some pansies. Now, these weren't on clearance, and these were only $1.98 though. These pansies here, I love this purple with that yellow eye. And this was a 12 pack, and each of them was $1.98. And I bought these so I can add to my front yard because pansies are good for me up until probably late May, and they are tough. They can take the cold, so I'm going to insert that into a garden bed that I have in the front of the yard that I've been working on. So these are, again, $1.98 each. So this ended up being $24 for these 12 here, and they will go to the front of the house. Next up, we have this beautiful Diamond Spire gardenia. I've been watching this plant for a while, and you guys know, even though I have gardenias in my yard, they don't thrive that much, and I think it's because they probably need something. They need some sort of and I spoke to my garden professional there at Lowe's, and he told me they probably need iron, so I'm gonna have to go buy some ironite. But this is Diamond Spire. And this is something that grows 3 to 4 feet by 2 feet, and this is from the Southern Living Plant Collection. Most of the plants that I got today are from the Southern Living Plant Collection. That particular brand of plants does quite well in my yard. I really, really like them. This is a moderate growth habit, and it is hardy from zone 7 to 10. Look at the foliage on this beauty right here. Now I have I think it's called Frost Proof. I have Jubilation, but they all have the same type of foliage. But Diamond Spire has this particular foliage. Isn't that nice? This was in, I believe, a 2-gallon. I believe it's a 2-gallon. Let's just double check. Yes, it's a 2-gallon for $24.98, which means I got it for $12, guys. Half off. Next up, we have some Distillium. And I picked up this Distillium because I don't have any Distilliums in my yard. Now, mind you, I say all the time, my garden is full. I don't have space for a lot of stuff. But I decided to get a lot of plants that I don't already have in the yard. And this particular one here is the beautiful Bayou Bliss Distillium. This guy here, again, Southern Living Plant Collection. Hardy from zones 7 to 9, and they grow 2 to 3 feet by 3 to 4 feet. Again, another 50% off. Let me know if you have this plant and how it does. I know of Cast in Bronze, but I didn't know of Bayou Bliss, but I really like it because here we are on December 31st, and look at the foliage. Looks really nice. This is an evergreen, just like that gardenia. It's an evergreen, and actually everything here I'm going to show you today, except for the pansies, are actually evergreens. So here we are with Bayou Bliss, and it's the end of the year, and look at the foliage. Look at those red little flowers there. Really, really nice. So I got me 2 of those. Next up, we have Moodering Potocarpus. Now this guy here, let me just bring it to the front because I've been watching this plant and I've been trying to question myself as to whether or not I really wanted this plant because it grows like tall and I feel like it's gonna get damaged during our winter storms. But again, clearance plant, I got to buy it for half off, so I'm gonna give it a try. This one here is Moodering Potocarpus. Moodering Potocarpus grows 10 to 15 feet by 3 to 4. Now, it's going to grow slow, so I'm not going to get to 10 to 15 feet anytime soon. Again, it was half off. It's deer resistant as well. And it is hardy from zone 7B to 10. Look at this beauty here. And what I like about this one here is that the new foliage comes out a really nice peachy pink. And so I bought 2. So here's one. Here's another one here. And you can see right here was the new foliage that got zapped. And you see it's an orangey pinky color right there. So I can't imagine come the spring, when it starts putting out new foliage, it's going to look really, really nice because it's going to have all this green, and the new foliage is going to be like a nice pinky color. So those two were Mood Ring Potocarpus. Next up is a staple in my yard. You guys know I love this guy, and I think most of us who have a full sun area in our garden know of this plant. This is the beautiful Sunshine Ligustrum. Now, it is not as yellow as it should be. For whatever reason, it's not getting this. It wasn't getting the sun and lows that it needed. I don't know, but mine in my yard are yellow now, and they are really, really great. They do well. I have over 15 of them in my yard right now, and I ended up getting more. Sunshine Ligustrum, again, Southern Living Plant Collection. Grows 3 to 6. Mine I've had in the yard for 3 years, and they're pretty much at the 4.5 feet level right now. And they're supposed to get really, really yellow. And that is really true. Now, they do shed a little bit in the winter, but they're never without their leaves, right? So even though they shed, they might look a little thin, but by the time you notice that it's really, really thin, they're already starting putting on new growth. And as you can see, it is an evergreen. It looks really, really great. And it is hardy from zone 6 to 10. Let me just make sure I see it right there. 6 to 10, moderate growth, requires well-drained soil. All these plants do require well-drained soil. And as you know, I have clay in Georgia, and you know, I make sure I take care of my soil by adding a soil conditioner. So that is the beautiful Sunshine Ligustrum, an evergreen staple that's really great for hedges and even as our sample plant. Next up, we have Clayera. This beauty here is Clayera. This one here is Bigfoot. Now, I bought Bigfoot in the hopes that it will help me out in an area between me and my neighbor. This guy here is a full sun plant, and it grows 15 to 20. It's apparently a fast grower, and I love any evergreen that I hope to put between me and my neighbor would be fast growing. It is hardy from zone 7 to 10, and it just needs medium water. I have Bronze Beauty on my foundation, and this is supposed to be a full sun plant, and my foundation is part sun, and the Clayeras are doing quite well there. So I think where I plan to put the Bigfoot should be fine too, because it gets more sun than on the foundation. Let me know if you have any of the Clayeras, such as Leanne, or Bigfoot, or Bronze Beauty. Next up, another beauty, guys, and I have this plant in my yard. You guys know I love this guy. This is the beautiful Dwarf Holly. Dwarf Holly is a full sun plant, and it grows pretty high. I think it grows 6 feet by 4 feet, and is hardy to zone 6. And I love them because they have the beautiful red berries in the winter and this really nice glossy leaves. So I got me 2 of these. These were usually, I believe, $19, and some of the markers were literally washed away. So let me just see if I can find you the tag so you can see that they're all washed away. Yeah, so it was $19.98, which means I only got this for $10, and this beauty here is in a 2-gallon. I picked up an extra recurve privet because, you know, this is what I use to make a hedge in the back of my yard, and I think I need one more, so I picked it up. Again, usually $19, so I got this for $10. Recurve privet. They bloom in the spring, but I'm not buying this plant for any blooms, and apparently I hear some people say that they don't like the bloom smell, but it doesn't really bother me. I just want this thing to grow fast, and apparently this thing has the capacity to grow 2 feet tall, 2 feet fast in the spring and the summer. So that's the reason why I'm holding on to the recurve privet. Got these for $10. These are hardy to zone 7, and they grow 8 feet by 6 feet, and that's what they look like. Another plant that I got, guys, is this one here. This is Amethyst Falls Wisteria. Amethyst Falls Wisteria blooms in the spring and the summer, and it's a full sun plant. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know I love this plant because of the really nice drapery purple flowers, right? And It's hardy in my zone, 5 to 10. I have this in my arbor. I have an arbor that can actually fit 2 containers on each side. And I pruned it a couple days ago. And I noticed one of the containers, it's extra wet. And the plant, I'm looking for life by scratching the stems, and I'm not seeing green. So I got worried, and I'm thinking maybe it's dying. I'm not sure why. So I quickly bought an extra one just in case. Now, if the one that I thought that is dying isn't really dead, then that's fine. I could just probably give this away. But I wanted to have this handy. It's on clearance. It's going to be $12. It's a 2.25 gallon. And it's a full sun plant. Now, it doesn't look like much now because they pruned it back there at Lowe's. But this guy runs, and it's a very fast grower. So Wisteria, for me, would be best in a container. And not sure why one side of the Wisteria is not doing well and the other side is. But I just had this just as an arsenal in the back of my pocket, just in case one of them doesn't happen to do well. So that's the Amethyst Falls. Finally, guys, there's a plant that I've been keeping my eye on, and I've been waiting for it to go on clearance. Now, it might not look like much to you now, but this guy here, Fragrant Tea Olive. Now, this guy here is on the cusp of my zone, which is why I kept walking past it, and also because it wasn't on sale. But this is a part sun plant, and it is hardy to zone 8. I'm in 8A. This needs to go in the ground. This cannot go in a container for me. It's gonna grow 10 feet by 6 feet ultimately, whenever that ends up being, which is going to be years, because it's not the fastest growing thing. And it does kind of look scraggly. I'm not going to lie about it. It does look kind of scraggly down here. So because it's a zone 8 plant, I'm not going to plant it this year. I'm going to wait until March or late February, when the worst of our cold is gone, which is probably going to be January's our coldest month. So I'm going to probably plant this after Valentine's Day, when things get a little bit, not too weird. And I got 2 of them. Apparently, from what I've read and what I've seen in a couple of videos, this thing smells really, really good. And the flowers are really, really small, but they are intense. And I'm really excited about that. So I may have a spot for this. So I got me 2 of them. Fragrant Tea Olive, 10 feet by 6 feet, and hardy to zone 8. So here's one right here, and here's the leaves right here, and here is the other one right here, and the leaves. It is really amazing, guys. I went to Lowe's to pick up something else, and I always say that, but I ended up at the plant area, and this is what I got. My plant people at Lowe's are really, really great. Even when things are not on clearance, they offer it up to you because it's the end of the year. They're trying to get rid of the plants, and by this time, nobody's gonna go buy plants today. Today's the last day of the year. People are thinking about New Year's Eve. People are thinking about all kinds of stuff, their resolutions, their life changes. Nobody's thinking about plants. So I go there today, and I got over 20 something plants at half off. So let me know what you think, guys. What do you think about the Mootering Potocarpus, the Bayou Bliss Distilium, the Diamond Spire Gardenia, the Bigfoot Cleara, the Mootering Potocarpus, Sunshine Ligustrum, Dwarf Holly, Amethyst Falls Wisteria, Recurve Privet, and finally the Fragrant Tea Olive, guys. Let me know what you think. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Remember, hit that notification bell so you can be alerted on all my new videos. I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.